Ayahuasca, tradition, spirituality, and healing. Ayahuasca is a sacred brew originating from the Amazon region, used for centuries by various indigenous peoples such as the Shipibo-Canibo from Peru, Hunikin, Yawanawa, Ashaninka, and other forest groups. These peoples regard ayahuasca as a master plant or teacher, endowed with its own consciousness, acting as a living spirit capable of teaching, healing, and guiding those who receive it. It is not seen merely as a physical medicine, but as a spiritual entity that promotes profound transformation. The preparation of ayahuasca involves a combination of two main plants: the vine Banisteriopsis caapi, called mariri or jagub, and the leaf Psychotria viridis, known as chacrona or queen. The vine contains beta-carboline alkaloids, such as harmine and harmaline, which temporarily inhibit the enzyme monoamine oxidase, MAO, in the stomach, allowing the dimethyltryptamine, DMT, present in chacrona to act on the brain when taken orally. This chemical combination is fundamental for the psychoactive effects of the brew, which induce visions and alterations in sensory, emotional, and spiritual perception. For traditional peoples, the use of ayahuasca takes place in ceremonial contexts guided by shamans or pais, figures who act as mediators between the physical and spiritual worlds. These ceremonies are marked by sacred chants called icaros or pajalanca/mariri in Brazil, melodies transmitted orally, often learned in initiation rituals and passed down through generations. The icaros have specific functions and are essential to guide the participant experience, providing spiritual protection, healing, and guidance. A central aspect of the ayahuasca experience is the purge, which consists of vomiting and diarrhea. Unlike the Western view that sees these symptoms as unwanted side effects, in indigenous traditions they are understood as a process of physical and spiritual cleansing that removes heavy energies, spiritual illnesses, negative influences, and emotional traumas. The purge also symbolizes the expulsion of grievances, fears, and internal blockages, preparing the body and mind to receive the teachings of the plant. During the ceremony, the participant enters a visionary state that is not considered mere delirium or hallucination, but rather an opening of the spirit to other planes of existence. In these visions, it is common to encounter power animals, such as the jaguar, symbolizing strength and protection, the serpent, associated with transformation and renewal, and the eagle, which brings clarity and connection to the divine. Ancestors, forest spirits, and the mother ayahuasca herself may also appear, often described as a wise female figure or a luminous serpent guiding the participant's journey. The shaman's role is crucial. They conduct the ceremony with profound knowledge of the plants, the singing of icaros, and local spirituality. With their chants, the shaman creates an energetic field that protects the group, helps navigate the visions, and interprets the messages that arise. Beside the icaros, the shaman uses tobacco smoke, mapacho, to cleanse the environment and seal the ritual space, creating a safe atmosphere for the spiritual experience. In the Brazilian context, ayahuasca is also central to religions such as Santo Daime and União do Vegetal UDV. In these traditions, the brew is treated as a sacrament, a channel connecting the faithful to the divine, blending indigenous, Afro-Brazilian, and Christian elements. The ceremonies follow their own rituals with hymns, uniforms, and specific doctrines, respecting the spiritual power of ayahuasca. Before sessions, it is common to recommend a spiritual diet that includes avoiding foods such as meat, salt, pepper, alcohol, and abstaining from sexual relations. This preparation helps keep the body clean and receptive to the plant's teachings, as well as strengthening connection with other teacher plants that may be used to deepen the learning. Ayahuasca has multiple spiritual goals: healing physical, emotional, and spiritual ailments, guidance for important life decisions, strengthening the bond with nature and forest spirits, and developing shamanic abilities, such as vision, song, and healing. From a neurobiological perspective, the DMT present in ayahuasca mainly acts on serotonin receptors, especially 5-HT2A, promoting increased communication between brain areas that are normally weakly connected and reducing the activity of the default mode network, which is associated with ego perception. This can generate experiences of ego dissolution, a sense of unity with the whole, and allow vivid access to memories, traumas, and deep insights, explaining the therapeutic and transformative character of the experience. Icaros are classified into different types according to their function in the ceremony. Cleaning Icaro, used to eliminate negative energies, open paths, and prepare the environment, generally sung at the beginning or during difficulties. Protection Icaro creates a spiritual shield around the group, repelling harmful influences with a deeper and firmer tone. Healing Icaro, soft, repetitive melodies that assist physical and emotional regeneration, bringing comfort and serenity. Travel Icaro, guide the visions with rhythms and tones signaling shifts between spiritual planes, helping participants navigate the experience. Thanksgiving Icaro, sung at the end of the ceremony to express gratitude to the spirits, ayahuasca, and natural elements, closing the ritual with reverence. Icaros are transmitted orally and carry vibrations that influence the group's energetic field. The shaman may improvise, mix, or adapt the chants according to the session's dynamics, also using them as a sonic map that indicates when to change focus, enter or exit visions, or release emotions. During the ceremony, symbols and visions emerge uniquely for each participant, connected to their personal history and journey. The shaman assists in interpreting these images, which often point to emotional or spiritual knots that need to be worked on to promote healing. Accounts and experiences in the ceremony. Imagine arriving at the Maloka, the ritual house in the forest, with its straw walls and packed earth floor. At night, only the light of candles and oil lamps illuminates the space, while the sound of the forest creates a living and pulsating atmosphere. The shaman greets you with a calm and firm look, wearing clothes made of natural fibers, carrying the mariri, vine, and tobacco pipe mapacho. The air is heavy, impregnated with sacred smoke that will cleanse energies. You drink ayahuasca, a bitter and earthy liquid, slowly. Soon, the shaman begins to chant the icaros, sacred songs that vibrate through the space, opening invisible portals. Gradually, visions arise, colorful geometric shapes transforming into dancing serpents of light, and time seems to stretch. Forest sounds blend with the chants, and you feel a deep connection with everything. In your vision, a jaguar appears, symbolizing strength and protection, guiding your spiritual journey. Your emotional wounds begin to surface, sometimes painfully, but always surrounded by a sense of love and healing. At some point, you feel the need to vomit. The purge arrives, along with a sensation of liberation, as if something heavy is expelled from body and soul. Throughout the night, the shaman maintains a safe and sacred environment, blowing tobacco smoke, playing rustic instruments, maracas, flutes, and singing to navigate the group's visions and emotions. When the sun rises, the ritual ends in respectful silence. You feel tired, but also a lightness and inner clarity that once seemed unattainable. Healing continues even after the session, and the shaman advises on rest, hydration, and reflection. Common symbols and visions, and their meanings. Jaguar represents strength, courage, and spiritual power, symbolizes the ability to face deep fears, and is the guardian of rituals and the forest. Serpent, or snake linked to transformation, renewal, and ancestral wisdom. It is the mother ayahuasca in luminous form, symbolizing the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. Eagle or hawk, brings broad vision, clarity, and connection with the divine, helps the participants see life from a higher perspective beyond the ego. Butterfly, symbol of metamorphosis, positive change, and lightness, indicating emotional healing and rebirth processes. Ants and insects refer to the importance of community, collective work, and humility, as well as connection with the natural world. Besides these, elements like colorful geometries and bright patterns frequently appear, symbolizing the weaving of life or the hidden structure of reality, a kind of universal spiritual language. Water appears as a symbol of purification and flow, representing the need to let go of what no longer serves. Smoke or mist indicates the threshold between worlds, suggesting participant is crossing spiritual boundaries. Preparation and conduct of ceremonies. The ritual begins even before the session. Participants usually follow a diet that includes avoiding heavy foods, meat, salt, pepper, alcohol, and sexual relations. This preparation helps keep the body clean to receive spiritual teachings and facilitates contact with other master plants when used. During the ceremony, the shaman assumes a central role. They start by singing specific icaros to prepare the environment, cleanse bad energies, and open spiritual paths. As the experience progresses, they adapt the chants to accompany participants' visions and emotions, using the icaros as sonic guides indicating when to change focus, intensify protection, or facilitate healing. Tobacco smoke, mapacho, is blown to cleanse the environment and protect against negative influences, while traditional instruments such as maracas and flutes create an immersive and vibrant atmosphere. The shaman's interaction with participants is constant, guiding, supporting, and interpreting the vision's messages. At the end, Thanksgiving icaros are sung to honor the spirits, ayahuasca, and nature elements, closing the ritual with reverence and gratitude. Silence and rest are fundamental to assimilate the experience and continue healing the following day. Ayahuasca's deep indigenous roots and regional variations. Ayahuasca has deep origins in Amazonian indigenous cultures, but its use and rituals vary according to peoples and regions. Shipibo Canibo, Peru renowned for their rich icaros and artistic tradition linked to visions. Hiniquin, Brazil focused on the integration of healing and teaching, with a strong connection to forest spirits. Yuanawa, Brazil's ceremonies emphasize ancestral memory and the spiritual lineage. Ashaninka, Peru/Brazil highlight the role of ayahuasca in communal healing and conflict resolution. In contemporary urban contexts, ayahuasca is increasingly used by diverse populations seeking spiritual growth, healing from addictions and trauma, and connection with nature. However, respecting its sacred origins and protocols remains essential to preserve its power and avoid cultural appropriation.